Hi, thank you for joining me. Today we will be making some cheese biscuits. We'll start by measuring 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Here you'll notice I'm tapping the edges of the measuring cup with the knife. This just gets out any air pockets in the flour, and then you can use the back end of the knife to level off your flour. You want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You'll notice I'm using the edge of the seal to level off my scoops. Next, I'm adding approximately 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. This is completely optional. And 1 teaspoon of salt. Give that a good stir to evenly distribute all of the dry ingredients. Next, you want to cube up 6 tablespoons of butter. Cell butter is amazing because it already has your measurements on the side of the wrapping for you. For cubing butter, you want to make sure your butter is good and cold. Mine got a little too warm during this step, so I actually stuck it in the freezer for a couple of minutes. Making sure those cubes are good and cold, you can then add them to your dry ingredients. Now you can use either a pastry blender, which I'm using, or you can use a couple of knives just to cut the butter into your flour. Your flour mixture will start to resemble a crumb-like consistency. Next, I'm adding 1 cup of cheddar cheese. And for a little extra cheesy flavor, I'm adding a couple handfuls of shredded Parmesan cheese, along with 1 cup of milk. Next, you want to combine all of those ingredients. Now, you don't want to overwork the dough, as it will result in a very dense cheese biscuit. So I like to fold the ingredients into each other without doing a lot of stirring. And next, just use a tablespoon. You don't really have to shape them into perfect balls or anything, just a good heaping tablespoon right onto your pan. Now, I'm using a Pampered Chef pan, so I don't need any parchment paper or to grease my pan at all. But you may want to lay some parchment paper down or grease your pan if you're worried that your biscuits will stick. I ended up getting 13 biscuits in total. Now you want to bake in a preheated at 425 oven for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Once they're golden brown and spring back to the touch, your biscuits are ready. And they are definitely best served warm, right out of the oven with a little side of butter.